I had a phone call from a dear friend, and he told me that Cecile was putting together this new organization and asked me if I would be interested in being a part of it. At the time, I had spent years of frustration with voices in the religious right using my faith to support their political positions as if they were God's positions on all of these issues.
The New Agers, the abortionists, the feminists, the radical homosexuals totally obscure the fact that America is a Christian nation.
And remember, a feminist thinks that the right to kill her unborn baby is the #1 woman's right.
This all got started because Cecile saw firsthand the ugliness that was coming out in the name of religion. Her friend Harriet Pepple invited her to the State Board of Education. Cecile was stunned at what she saw, and that's where she wrote and passed the famous note to Harriet that said, "It's worse than I imagined." They roped in Janice Spinelli, and together in Janice's old Buick, they started crisscrossing the state. Janice once told me there was no gathering too small for them to go to, and this is how this organization was born, 5 and 12 and 25 people at a time.
I actually have to applaud Mr. Roberts and folks like him who have, I think, encouraged mainstream people to get more involved in the political system.
The Texas Freedom Network has always been about making sure that the voices of mainstream Texans are heard. So we've done that through old-fashioned rallies, prayer meetings, press conferences,
speaker series, trainings, lobby days.
Familia del Distrito Escolar de Edgewood viajaron hoy a Austin para compartir sus experiencias.
We were constantly building coalitions and reaching out to other folks so that we would go into the state capitol linked arm in arm.
We're driving the debate on Facebook and Twitter. We're getting thousands to sign petitions. And as the Capitol press corps shrunk, it became even harder for us to get any media attention. So we began doing original research on how Texans feel about the separation of church and state, how the Bible is taught in public schools. And my favorite, we asked every school district in Texas, what do you teach in sex education? One small school district wrote back, most of these kids live on a farm. They get a pretty good sex education from their animals. Well, I grew up on a hog farm, and I never saw a pig use a condom or abstain.
Some of the worst bigotry in Texas politics was happening at the State Board of Education.
When we started putting out our own stories every day, the media started paying attention. And thanks to TFN, thousands of Texans actually know there is a Texas State Board of Education. When the religious right started putting their politics into our kids' textbooks, that's when moms and dads in Texas started to listen, and that's when the whole thing just blew up.
It's time for the year's most exciting television event. Say it with me. The Texas School Board hearing.
Why isn't Thomas Jefferson seen as a leader of revolutionary thinking in the 18th and 19th century? He wrote the Declaration of Independence.
We don't want to talk about discrimination. So there, these books, oh, we don't want to read these. My gosh.
Somebody's got to stand up to experts.
Well, get your asses on the Texas Board of Curriculum then.
A large part of our work has been about raising our voices to raise hell in a Texas that sometimes doesn't listen.
After the tragic murder of James Byrd Jr. in East Texas, we organized religious leaders and people of faith to stand together in a circle in the Capitol Rotunda holding several hundred feet of chain. We didn't even have to say anything. It was so powerful.
We blocked the confirmation of homeschooling anti-education ideologue chairs of the State Board of Education. We've ensured that evolution is taught in our public school science classes.
We defeated vouchers again and again and again.
The Texas Freedom Network is 100,000 members strong today.
The people, the unbelievable volunteers and board members and staff members and donors and the people.
Talent and passion. They talk to the press, They train college students. They testify at the Capitol. They paint signs in the office. They dress up in T-Rex costumes and pose for photos. Anything it takes to fight back, they do it. Today, we're organizing thousands of young people across Texas on college campuses. They're the future of Texas. They're registering their peers to vote. They're training them to lift their voices. And our Texas Rising program is training the new leaders of Texas to pick up the baton and continue this battle for the next 20 years. And let me tell you, they know how to piss off the religious right. They are, you are, we are, the Texas Freedom Network.